Hello everybody, this is Daniel bringing you guys another walkthrough of PackTracer Lab. In this video, we will be covering troubleshooting ipv4 and ipv6 addressing. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this PackTracer Lab, the gist of it is we're solving issues that these people are having. So the first one, PC1 can't access the web page. Okay, so let's go ahead and verify to make sure that they're giving us accurate information, because you never know. So we can see that yes, indeed, it has an IP address. And try to contact the default gateway. It does work. We can try to tracer the server. Which is it's gonna work. It just takes a while to do that. So that does work. See, there we go. But when trying to NS lookup it does not work. Okay. Oops, sorry. That's not it. You don't NS lookup the IP address, you NS lookup the name of it. Okay. So this should be pretty obviously a problem with the DNS server, which NS lookup uses to find the corresponding IP addresses to the web pages you look up. Yeah, you can see that's going to time out at the router, I believe that is. Oh no, yeah, it is the router. Okay. So actually the problem here is that the DNS server here, I do not believe is properly configured. It is 254 instead of .1, and the reason why I could tell was because if it was trying to use a .1, if it was using a correct one, it obviously would have found it right, but since it was using a .1, it couldn't find the dual stack server, which by the way has the same IP address as the DNS server, and we already verified that it could ping and tracer this IP successfully, so that was the problem. And now if we try NS lookuping again, we immediately get it, which is way more helpful to all of us. Okay, so that's the end of that problem. The second problem is unable to access the FTP service. Okay, so let's go ahead and verify this information. We can see that it does have an ipv6 address. We can see that it is able to ping its default gateway. We can see that it is able to tracer the server. Or actually cannot tracer the server. Okay. I'm just making sure I typed it correctly, because sometimes I don't. Actually, I don't think you can tracer this. Okay, there we go. See, I make mistakes like that all the time. Alright, so it's gonna fail on the third hop. We can see that it's gonna stop at, where is it? Let me cancel that. Okay, so it's gonna stop, and you can see that from here we can ping, but we can't tracer it. The difference is that when we ping when we ping the default gateway, that's different from actually tracering this, because it's gonna go all the way there, right? And if the default gateway doesn't match here as what it is here, then it's not going to work, and that is exactly the problem here. So you can see that this default gateway here is configured incorrectly. This should be A. You can see right here. And now we should be able to NS lookup it, or tracer, I mean. And yes, we can. So okay, so DB. Hang on a second, guys. I just want to check something out. So this was gonna be PC1, I think. No, this is the gigabit Ethernet 01, and then okay, that was the internet. Okay, I was really I believe that, yeah, that was probably the internet. I was kind of confused by that, but okay. PC3. Once again, let's go ahead and verify all this information. And this may seem a little misleading, but that technically is an IP address, so apparently yes, it does have an IP address. Thanks for the logic, Cisco. It does have an ipv6 address. Obviously you can't ping 0.0.0.0, so we're not even gonna bother trying. We can ping the ipv6 gateway. Tracer, oh right, we can't tracer 0.0.0.0 because that's not a valid IP address on this network, or on any network for that matter. Tracer PC2. Yes, it can. So this is actually probably the hardest problem of all of them, and the problem here is actually that there is no default gateway configured on PC2. So it should be (192.168.0.1), and now, however strange it may be, I believe we can now ping PC2. So let's go ahead and try that. That's interesting. Or actually, yeah, sorry guys, I'm really not familiar with these, but okay, so I think the logic for this one is that you can't communicate with the default gateway, right? So for the PC2, was it? Yeah. So when you can't communicate with PC2, I mean, obviously there's going to be ipv4 and ipv6 information sent from different computers to each other, and I guess that's just the reason why they couldn't communicate. They didn't really do a good job of explaining this in the modules, but I believe that is the answer to why they could not communicate. But anyway, that's the end of this very confusing lab. So if you guys like this video, please like it. Thank you. If you want more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, I'm Daniel, and I will see you guys in the next episode.